Fresh from Flash Briefing Friday yesterday. Hello, I'm Peter Stewart. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Smart Speakers Daily. Also the host of Get a Better Broadcast podcast and Video Voice. But this is where I talk about voice tech rather than the human voice and the future of voice AI post-pandemic. Now, according to a study by Capgemini, 84% of Americans now expect to increase their use of touchless tech to avoid physical contact. That's certainly during the course of the pandemic and probably afterwards as well, because we would have got into I'm going to use that phrase, a new normal, with 55% of people planning to continue doing so afterwards, 84% during. The voice first era is here. It's been promoted, it's been moved along a pace by, of course, COVID-19, and the demand for brands to offer touchless interfaces has spurred a growth in voice AI innovation and adoption as well, something that perhaps they didn't realise was going to happen. But it has sped things along. Although voice doesn't need to be the only method of interaction, and indeed it shouldn't be, should it? You sometimes you do need to actually press a physical button, if only because of that kind of experience and that kind of connection with something. And certainly at the moment, the way human beings are wired up to actually press something kind of tells you that you have done something specific. It's like the sounds built into a click that we talked about a few days ago, and it's also to do with the feeling that when you hand over paper money, you feel as though you have actually spent something, and when you actually just flash a card, you don't feel as though you've spent something. All of that kind of builds into the human psyche that I believe is going to take years, if not decades and generations, to actually change. Voice assistants will soon become a primary user interface in a world where people will never casually touch shared surfaces again. That kind of fits in, doesn't it? We'll have to see how that all goes. And certainly Karen Scates is amongst the market leaders in this. Karen works over at voices.soundhound.com, from whence we took the articles over the last few days. From London, I'm Peter Stewart. On Twitter, I'm Tweeter Stewart, TWEETER, Back tomorrow with more as we read from, riff from and review the best bits from the best blogs.
Part of the Briefcast.fm network.